So we're going to begin by making ourselves as comfortable as possible. Take all the support you need. And we're going to stay tuned with the spine first. So we're going to soften the spine, relax your whole spine towards the support underneath you. So if you have bolster, softening your spine towards the bolster under your spine, or you can relax it towards the mat. Head and neck is comfortable, arms are relaxed, whole body is comfortable. Once you are physically comfortable, tune into your breath again. And we're just becoming observer in this practice today. So notice your breath at this moment without changing anything. And then we're going to now begin working with the breath. So this time we're going to begin lengthening inhale and exhale by slowing down inhale and exhale. With your next round of breathing, imagine the breath is entering from crown of your head on your inhale and reaching all the way towards sole of your feet. And on your exhale, it's rising from sole of your feet towards crown of your head. And we're going to keep this image happening. The breath is moving with whole body, in your whole body. Keep your breath comfortable. There should never be any pressure on your lungs. And as far as possible, we breathe through our nostrils in yoga. If you have broken septum or blocked nostril today, then just visualize your breath is lengthening. Please don't force anything, especially with the breath. One more round here in your own time. And then coming back to your natural breath, resting your natural breath for a few rounds here. And here we're going to now let go of that image of lengthening the breath, noticing now effect of this practice so far. You may notice, you may not, that's okay, just stay tuned with your breath. And we're going to now do 3 big exhales. So inhaling fully, on your exhale, big exhale with side breath, 3 rounds in your own time. And then from here, after these 3 big exhales, we're going to focus on letting go of any stale air from the lungs. Okay, so 2 more, and 1 more. And now after three breaths here, we're going to move towards our physical practice. So if you're lying on bolster, slide off your bolster. If you're lying on mat, stay lying comfortably. You can take a blanket under your head if you need that support. If you want, you can bend your knees or keep your legs straight. So if your lower spine is arching too much today, arching it off the mat, then we're going to keep knees bent, feet on the ground. Otherwise, your legs are straight. And we're going to make sure abdomen is lightly engaged. On your inhale, begin lifting your arms up and above your head. Exhale, bring your arms back down. We're going to do 6 rounds here in our own time. Slowly go back. in your own time. Once you've done your 6 rounds here, bend your knees, feet on the ground. And feet are comfortably resting on the ground, engaging abdomen. Inhale, lift your feet up towards ceiling as well as lift your arms up and above your head. Exhale, bend your knees, feet on the ground, arms beside you. 6 rounds here in our own time. At the end of your 6th round, hugging at your knees, rocking them from side to side or up and down to release any pressure from lower back, massaging your lower. And then from here, we're going to begin taking knees apart, drawing big circles, 4 circles in one direction, and then 4 in reverse. At the end of your 4 and 4 rounds, so we're going to make sure knees and feet are hip width apart, arms are beside you. Begin rocking your knees from side to side. At the same time, turning your head in opposite direction to your knees. Stay tuned with your spine. Keep breathing. And then gently bring your knees and your head back to center. And from here, we're going to make sure feet are hip width apart, toes are pointing forward. Walk your heels towards you, so knees and heels are aligned. Arms are beside you, palm of your hands facing down. Drop your shoulder blades into the ground. So we consciously bring shoulder blades into the ground, making sure head and neck is comfortable. If you have blanket under your head or cushion under your head, make sure it's thinly folded blanket or thin cushion. Inhale, lift your tailbone up. Exhale, bring your tailbone back down. And we're going to do total 6 rounds here in our own time. In your 6th round, we're going to keep lifting up. Bring your shoulder blades towards each other. Abdomen is engaged. Keep lifting up. Arms are beside you. Palm of your hands facing down. Making sure back of your neck is lengthening. Drop your shoulder blades and your feet into the ground. Sorry, shoulders into the ground. And we're going to lift up through the spine. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Abdominals, glutes are activated. And then very gently, with control, bring your tailbone back down. We're going to hug at the knees and rock them from side to side or up and down to release any pressure from lower back, massaging the lower back. And from here, we're going to move towards working with legs a little bit. So bring your left foot on the ground, lift your right leg up, and begin drawing circles with your right toe. So we're going to do 4 circles in one direction and 4 in reverse. Point and flex for 4 counts. Squeeze your toes together and open them wide for 4 counts. And if possible, straighten your left leg on the mat, arms are beside you. Begin drawing circles with your entire right leg. And we're going to stay tuned with right hip joint. Make sure abdomen is still lightly engaged. And we're going to do 4 circles in one direction and 4 in reverse. At the end of your 4 and 4 rounds, hugging it to your right knee, hold it towards your chest for a couple of breaths. And then other side, we're going to draw circles with left toes now, 4 circles in one direction and 4 in reverse. Point and flex for 4 counts. Squeeze your toes together and open them wide for 4 counts. And if possible, straighten your left leg on the mat and begin drawing circles with your entire right leg. Sorry, left leg. So right leg is straight on the mat and left leg we're drawing circles. Once you've done your 4 circles, 4 in reverse. At the end of your 4 and 4 rounds, we're going to hug at left knee, hold it towards your chest for a couple of breaths. And then lifting your right leg off the mat. You can either begin rocking up and down on your spine, or you can turn onto your favorite side and come up to sitting. If you're rocking up and down, rocking 4 times. At the end of your 4th rock, coming up to sitting. In sitting practice, feel free to take all the support. So I like to take blankets to sit upon. It really helps to retain natural curve of lower spine. So feel free to take cushions or blankets or bolster, whatever you have handy. You can keep your legs straight or bent, whichever is easier. And we're going to lengthen through the spine. So really become aware of your whole spine. And we're going to begin pivoting forward. Begin pivoting forward from your pelvic bone and towards left and back on exhale. Inhale, right and forward. So draw circles with your torso. We're going to do 4 circles like this in one direction. And then 4 in reverse. Once you've done your 4 and 4 rounds here, we're going to keep lengthening the spine and tune into your shoulders. Begin drawing circles with your shoulders. And we're going to do 4 big circles in one direction and then 4 in reverse. Then bring fingertips on your shoulders and we're going to draw circles with elbows now. Again, 4 circles in one direction. And in here, we're tuning into what's happening with these muscle groups. Notice your shoulders. We're going to do 4 circles in one direction and 4 in reverse. Once you've done your 4 and 4 rounds here, keep lengthening the spine. Now we're going to move towards arm movement, spine movement, and breath. So we're going to inhale, lift arms up and above head. Exhale, twist towards right. Place your left hand on your right knee, right fingertips behind you. We're going to do 1 breath here. Then inhale, lift your arms up, come back to center. Exhale, other side, and 1 breath here. Inhale, center. So this was 1 round. We're going to do total 4 rounds like this in our own time. Consciously linking movements with your breath. We're going to make this our last round. Coming back to center, bring your arms back down.
And now from here, we're going to again draw circles in with your shoulders in one direction and then in reverse. Now let's work with the head and neck now. So keep lengthening your spine and gently drop your chin towards your chest, lengthening back of your neck. Stay tuned with the base of your skull area, lengthening here. And then very slowly begin bringing your chin towards your right shoulder. Begin lifting it up. Drawing big circle. Bring it towards your left shoulder. Back to center and slow circle in reverse direction. And then gently coming back to center. Now from here, we're going to work with neck a little bit more. So we're going to place right fingertips on the ground. We're going to drop right shoulder away from right ear. Take your left ear towards your left shoulder. So we're tilting head towards the left. And for first few moments, we're just going to stay here, noticing which area is lengthening. And then just adjust your head a little bit if needed to find that area which needs really a little bit lengthening today. Sometimes we can really find that area. And then hold here for a few breaths, making sure you're not straining your body. And then if possible, we're going to lift left arm up and place left hand on top of your left ear or left cheek or left temple, and gently go deeper into this pose. Make sure just maybe 20% more. So please make sure that you're not pushing yourself into this one. It's very important that you are comfortable. And then lift your top arm up, bring it down, bring your head back to center. Going to rest right hand on your lap, left fingertips on the ground. Left shoulder away from ear, tilt your head towards the right shoulder. More your right ear towards your right shoulder. Again, adjust your head a little bit till you find that spot which needs a little bit lengthening, that muscle. And then after a couple of breaths here, we're going to lift right arm up. Place it on your left ear. And we're going to gently lengthen this. Again, just 20%. Even though you can go 100%, please stay 20% in this one. And then lift your top arm up, bring it back down. And now we're going to work with back of the neck again. So interlink your fingers and place palm of your hands at back of your head. Make sure you're not pushing onto your head. So the fingertips are just lightly resting at back of your head, and take your elbows back. Now begin dropping your chin towards your chest. Again, making sure no weight of your hands is at the back of your head. Keep lengthening your whole spine, especially back of your neck. Keep breathing, keep breathing. And then very gently bring your head back to center. We're going to bring hands in front of us. Rest your chin on your hands. We're going to lift elbows slightly up. Lengthen rest of the spine and begin. So we're going to keep dropping weight of head towards the hands and use strength of arms to lift head up. Lengthening front of your neck. And very gently, still weight of head is towards your hands. Slowly bring your head back to center and remove your hands. Now we're going to move towards all fours from here. For all fours, feel free to take a blanket under your knees if you need that support. If you're taking blanket under your knees, making sure it's there are no fold directly under our knees. It's very important that the blanket is nice and flat. And then if your wrists are not comfortable, then you can always come on your knuckles or your forearms. We're going to begin by tuning into knees. Knees are hip width apart. Begin taking your torso towards left and back on exhale. Inhale, right and forward. We're going to do 4 circles like this in one direction. And then 4 in reverse. Take your time. Once you've done your rounds here, just tuning into your knees, hip width apart, hands just below your shoulders, abdomen is lightly engaged. And we're going to begin by bringing torso parallel to the ground. To consciously engage abdomen and gently lift pelvic floor slightly up. And then on your exhale, begin lifting your spine up, drop your head, tuck your tailbone in. On your inhale, spine tilting towards ground, lift your head and tailbone up. And we're going to do total 6 rounds here in our own time, moving with your breath. This pose is all about the spine. So we are leading with our spine. Head and tailbone is extension of the spine. Once you've done your 6 rounds here, again making sure you're finishing your rounds, we're going to flow into half child and half nose dive in our own time. So spine lifting just like previous pose, but rock back towards your heels. On your exhale, inhale, bend your elbows, spine tilting towards ground, lift your head and tail up and rock forward. We're going to do 6 rounds like this in our own time. So total 6 rounds. Once you've done your 6 rounds here, we're going to bring spine back to neutral. Gentle variation of this next pose is straightening one leg at a time. Stronger variation is remove your blanket and come into downward facing dog and walk in place. So choose what is right for your body. And then we're going to take support of hands and legs and come into forward bend. So if you're on all fours, take support of your hands and legs and come up. And if you're into down dog, walk your hands back or walk your feet forward, whichever works for you. You can place gentle variation is placing your hands on your knees bend. Stronger variation is let your arms hang. And we're going to stay here with knees bend, softening the spine. Few breaths here. Abdomen is still engaged. And then very gently, keeping your knees bent, begin coming up. Coming into standing, we're going to begin now gently rocking from side to side. So knees are soft, arms are relaxed, and rocking from side to side. In this gentle movement, we're going to bring awareness towards spine. We're going to make sure knees are soft. Keep breathing. Gradually reduce these movements. Come back to center. And from here, we're going to move towards our back bend. So we're going to place hands either side of lower spine. Take your shoulders back and down. and lift up through your sternum. So here our focus is lifting rib cage up towards ceiling. So imagine there is string attached to your rib cage and to the ceiling, and lifting into that, looking up. Inhale, come back to center. From here, we're moving towards our lateral stretch. So place your left hand on your left hip, lift your right arm up, lengthen your right side of your body. So we're going to really become tall and then tilt towards your left and staying here for 3 to 4 breaths. Inhale, center, exhale, other side. So lengthen first and then tilt. And we're going to again hold here for 3 to 4 breaths. And coming back to center, we're going to do a second round here. So interlink your fingers, turn palm of your hands upwards, lengthening sides of your body, and then tilt towards your left. Abdomen is still lightly engaged. Keep breathing. Inhale, center, exhale, other side. Coming back to center, bring your arms back down. And we're going to rotate at shoulders in one direction and then in reverse. So today we're going to do a warrior series, but both sides we're going to do 3 times. So we're going to do 3 rounds of warrior series on both sides. We are also going to hold the poses 1 round of breath in first round, 2 rounds of breath in second round, and 3 rounds of breath in third round. So same poses, but we'll hold a little bit longer. So you will get what's happening. So we're going to step forward with left foot, step back with your right. Okay, and begin turning your torso forward, front knee bend, abdomen is engaged. And we're going to inhale, lift arms up and bring elbows in line with shoulders and stay here for 1 breath. Then exhale, gentle back bend, lift your sternum or rib cage up and stay here for 1 breath. With your next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, gentle or strong variation, either hands on your knees or on the ground for 1 breath. Engage abdomen. Inhale, coming up. Warrior 2. Adjust your back leg if needed. Arms in line with shoulders. Adjust your head. 1 breath. Lift your top or left hand up. Rest your back hand on your back side. 1 breath here. Straightening your front leg, coming into triangle for 1 breath here. Coming back to center, arms back down. Second round, all these poses, same side, 2 breaths. So we're going to turn torso towards left, adjust back foot if needed, arms coming up for 2 breaths now. Back bend for 2 breaths. Forward bend for 2 breaths. Coming up, warrior 2 for 2 breaths. Lift your left arm up, right hand resting on your right side, 2 breaths. Arms in line with your shoulders, straighten your front leg, coming into triangle for 2 breaths. Arms coming back down. Third round, 3 breaths now. This time I'm going to stay silent, focus on what's happening in your body. Notice your breath, notice physical sensations, really become aware of the practice. If you miss any step, just follow what's happening Don't worry about it. Focus on your breath. Bringing your arms back down. Either step forward and step back with your left foot or turn on the other side. We're going to repeat this series on other side now. First round I'll guide you, but then 2 rounds I'm going to stay silent. So first round, 1 breath. Inhale, arms lifting up, elbows in line with your shoulders. 1 breath here. Exhale, back bend. 1 breath here. Inhale, forward bend here. On your exhale, fold forward. 1 breath here. Inhale, coming up. Warrior 2 for 1 breath. Lift your front arm up. On your inhale, 1 breath here. Straightening your front leg, triangle for 1 breath. Coming back to center. Round 2, 2 breaths again. For now, next 2 rounds, I'm going to stay silent. Stay with your practice. Enjoy the silence. Round 3 in your own time. For 3 breaths now. Very gently, we're going to bring feet towards each other, either by stepping them towards each other or wiggling them towards each other. Coming into standing. Couple of breaths here. Find the non-moving point and gently gaze there. Notice effect of this practice so far. Notice physical sensations. Notice your breath. We continue focusing on that non-moving point in front of you. If your eyes are closed, gently opening them now. If you need support of wall, come next to the wall. We're moving towards balance. On your inhale, lift your heels slightly off the mat. And then exhale, bring them back down. I'm just turning sideways to show how much we're lifting. We're not lifting them too much. Inhale, lift your heels just slightly off the mat. And bring them back down on your exhale. One more round. Heels lifting up. And we're bringing them back down. Fourth round, we're going to lift arms up as well. Heels and arms lifting up. 2 to 3 breaths here. And then bring your heels and your arms back down. And this time we're going to do a second round for 3 to 4 breaths here. And again, I'm going to stay silent. Take your time. And bring your heels and your arms back down. Our second balance is again very simple balance. We'll hold for a little bit longer and we'll still continue theme of silence. So making sure left toes are pointing forward. If you need support of the wall, come next to the wall. Bend your right knee, right toes flex. Rest your right hand on your right knee. Left hand either on your hip or if you have enough room in line with your shoulder or some support. We're going to stay here for 4 to 5 breaths in silence. Keep breathing. And bring your hand and leg back down. Other side. Here or here. And bringing that leg back down. Let's move towards seated practice once again. And we're going to sit very comfortably. Again, feel free to take blankets to sit upon. It's a good habit to have that support. Now we're going to begin with feet on the ground. So we're sitting with feet on the ground. And in this one, we're going to make sure we're lengthening the spine. So hold on to your knees, lengthen. And then twisting towards your left, we're going to place a right elbow on left knee, left hand behind you. Take nice support of your left hand, lengthen through the spine and begin your twist towards left side. Keep breathing 3 to 4 breaths here. Coming back to center, other side, same thing, make sure your legs are comfortable and doing this pose on other side. Coming back to center. Now we're going to go one step further in this pose. So straighten your left leg on the mat. Right foot either from right or left side of this leg, wherever you are comfortable. We're going to make sure that left toes flex towards our knee. Hold on to your right knee with your both hands and bring it to center. Making sure you sit, feeling your both sitting bones firmly pushed on the ground, lengthen through the spine. And then we're going to hold on to right knee with left hand and right fingertips behind it. Engage abdominals on your inhale and exhale. Begin your twist from your lower spine, then middle, then upper, and then your head. And we're going to stay here for 3 to 4 breaths. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Lengthening, making sure both sitting bones firmly on the ground. Hold on to your left knee with your right hand and twist towards your left. Coming back to center, give your legs a nice shake. So from here, we're going to move towards our next pose, which we're going to do lying down. In this pose, the soles of the feet are going to come together. So when we are lying down, and we're going to use our hands to push the legs away. So I'm just standing up to show you what's happening. So legs are roughly in this pose, and we're going to place hands here. And we're going to push the legs away from the body, not towards the ground, but towards the wall in front of you, okay? So lie down comfortably. Feel free to take blanket under your head if you need that support. And we're going to begin by soles of the feet together, knees apart. Okay, and then from here, we're going to place heel of the hand at the where your legs are connected with your hip bone. So we gently place hands there and push legs away. And chin is slightly tucked in. And we're going to hold here for a few breaths, almost 10 to 12 breaths here. Now this pose is completely in your hands. Really, it's up to you how much pressure you want. Listen to your body. Keep breathing. I'm going to stay silent once again for 10 to 12 breaths. And then we're going to ease off pressure from the sides. Bring soles of your feet on the ground and gently rock your knees from side to side. Turn your head in opposite direction to your knees. And then coming back to center, we're going to now move towards our happy baby pose. Now, if this pose is not for you today, then you can hold on to your knees and bring your knees apart and stay here. If you want stronger practice, hold on to your toes or outer edge of your feet, and we're going to bring soles of the feet parallel to the ceiling. Take your knees apart and gently bring them towards ground. Now we're going to consciously take navel towards lower back and lower back towards ground. Keep your pelvic floor engaged. Keep breathing. Find comfort in the pose. Let your body enjoy the pose. Relax your torso. Relax your face, your jaw, your tongue. After a few breaths here, gently rocking your knees from side to side to give your whole spine nice massage. Keep breathing. Gradually, we're going to reduce these movements and slowly come back to center. Release your feet. We're going to just gently hug at the knees and rock them from side to side or up and down to release any pressure from lower back, massaging your lower back. And now from here today, we're going to move towards our progressive relaxation. Sorry, let's go into legs up the wall, then we'll move towards that. So come into legs up the wall or legs up the bull's chair or legs up the sofa, or you can even come into legs up the bolster if you're feeling any pressure towards your head today. So if you have any pressure when you're in these poses coming towards your head, please come out of the pose and come into just rise your legs slightly by sliding a pillow under your knees. I'm going to do legs up the wall from here. So choose what is right for your body. In these poses, the body temperature may drop, so make sure you are nice and warm. It happens because of lack of movements.